I'm Greg Maki with SimplyLive, and here I'm going to be showing you our all-in-one V-Box application. Here it's built around the Varsity Bundle, so with the Varsity Bundle we are allowing you to do all of your cutting, replays, graphic insertion, audio mixing is done from one touchscreen UI and with one operator. So in this layout we have here, we're showing you with the Mini 8 a 6-camera live production. So I've got my 6 live camera sources here. I've got program and preview. So this is program, which is going to be my live program going to air. I have my preview. Down below I have my same 6 camera sources that I can use for replay. In the top left, I have a library, and this is I use to get to graphics that I've preloaded, any clips or cues that I will use as part of my live production. I have an area for building highlight packages and playlists, and then I have an area here to control audio presets if I'm using a particular audio mixer, and I have my graphic layers, which I can key my graphics on and off into the production. For the graphics, what's very important, we can import graphic stills, Targa files, which is what you see here, or Targa transitions for wipes. Otherwise, we can use any external NDI graphic source to be able to do full graphic looks, whether it's a score and a clock bug, lower thirds, animated graphics, anything that you want to do. So as far as the operation of the system, all of the colors in the UI are logical and mean something. So when you see red, red is tied to program. So whatever I do with red will take it directly to program. Green is for preview. When I see blue, blue is about replays. Orange would be for selection. So if I'm selecting a clip or selecting a particular area of the screen to make another action. So when I look at my 6 live camera sources, you see I have my red bar, and I essentially can tap anywhere in the picture under the red, and that's how I cut my camera. So again, here you see my live program out, and you see that if I touch on any angle, it's that simple to cut. So very easy to cut because I've told the system automatically when I go straight to program camera to camera, I want it to be live. For green, so if I hit anywhere in green, you'll see that it puts it on preview, and down below I have some manual transitions between program and preview so that if I want to, I can do a dissolve as opposed to doing my straight cut. So again, put something on preview, dissolve, as opposed to doing a live cut, which I can just do by simply tapping the screen. Graphics, the graphics is the same idea, so you see the same red and green here. So if I want to just key a graphic off, so I have my graphic, I can just key it, and I've told that I want it to dissolve off. I can insert a different graphic, same idea, or for example, I can tie it on my preview side because I want to dissolve it over with my next dissolve, and I can do that, and you see it brings my graphics over, so the same concept there. Replays. So down below I have my sources. So I can use a Shuttle Express, or I can just use the touchscreen directly, but for a little bit of tactile feel. So let's say there was a basket. So now I can take control of my sources. Down below, so you see now with my Shuttle Express, I am backing up the same live sources that I have before. So I'm going to go back, maybe before the pass. I'm going to start with my wide angle. Now, what's very important also with the way we've designed the system, when I will go to my replay, I'm going to automatically trigger certain actions automatically. So as an operator, because I'm doing the full workflow, I don't have to think about it. So when I go to my replay, what you'll see will happen is I will get my replay effect transition automatically triggered. It will take away my live graphic, and it will actually insert my replay bug. So once I decide to go to this, you'll see I've got my wipe. It took my graphic off. Maybe it's hard to see, but I inserted a replay bug. Now I decide I'm going to go to a second angle in the corner. If I want to get a third one in, perhaps because I have the time, I'll go to another angle. Makes the basket. Maybe there's a reaction. Great. And now I will go back to live action. The same idea. You saw that I was able to trigger a different wipe and automatically bring my graphics in. So again, that is done automatically because I have scripted it to be done that way. The other thing, when you notice when I'm doing replays, I keep everything in sync to keep it very logical and simple, but that does not mean that we cannot take advantage of the preview as well for replay. So for example, if I want to be at different time codes, maybe there's a reaction, let's say something happened there, maybe I want the rebound from a different angle. So I can use my preview, and I've parked a replay at a time code. Now I can still back up here to the beginning of the play. I can trigger my first replay angle at a certain time code. While it's playing, I can still adjust to a different point. And then I can actually go to yet another time code very quickly and easily, and I come back to live. So again, very quick, very easy, and designed for one operator to be able to do all of those actions. Now, as part of the live production, of course, I'm cutting. I'm going to do a dissolve. You've noticed I haven't taken the time to make any clips, but now perhaps we're getting close to the end of halftime, towards halftime, and I want to perhaps create a quick highlight package. Although I have not made any clips, what we do in our system, again, knowing that it's one operator, we track all of the replay. So without making any clips, we know that a replay you've put on air is an interesting action, so we track those. So when I switch from my graphics to my cues, this is showing me the replay sequences that I've used on air. So for example, here, if I expand, I can see the 3 angles that I use, and I'm going to quickly add those into a playlist. Perhaps this last one, I just want the single angle. I'm going to add that. So now I've taken just those time code references of the replays I've put on air, and I've now quickly made clips to add into a playlist that now I cue, for example, and perhaps I want to wipe to it here. Let's imagine we're going to break. I'll effect with a different wipe, and now I've got my playlist rolling, and I see now I've got my countdown. I've got a 4 clip, dissolves to the next clip. I see 2, 1, it's going to affect to the next clip. And for example, maybe I can come back to a live camera. I'll come off of that, and I can very quickly build a playlist. In editing, if I have time, there's a lot of nice features in editing that now if I'm working here, and I can again use my shuttle to control, perhaps very quickly, because when I've created the clip, I've actually kept all of the sequences. So perhaps I decide that I used this on air, but I want to change to a different angle. I can quickly select to change angle. And what the system does is it automatically presents all of the angles at that time code. So right now I see that I have one particular clip, and perhaps I want to go with the wide shot, or which I've changed. Again, change angle. Perhaps I want to change to a different view. So now I've got that view. So you see I've changed it on the fly. Maybe the next clip I decide, perhaps I want a little bit more of it. I can hit extend, for example, and now I can get to beyond the initial time code that was set maybe for that first pass. I set it in, I've updated it. As soon as I'm ready, I can cue back to the beginning of the playlist. And again, if I want to dissolve, I can roll in, and now you see I've quickly created my updated playlist. So again, live cameras, cutting of live cameras, my replays, the keying of graphics, and controlling the graphics either automatically straight on air or tying it to any other action from the preview side. I have my area here for creating clips or getting to my replay cues, playlists. At this moment, we do not have an external mixer set up, but for example, for a small production, very simplified, we can work, for example, with a Behringer mixer, where if we create snapshots in that mixer, maybe to open up an interview mic or to change the configuration of the audio, I can automatically trigger a different snapshot here, or a preset that is tied to a snapshot, and allow you to change those audio mixer settings without even physically having to go to the audio mixer itself. Otherwise, we can go to Dante, and you can use any high-end, full-sized audio mixing if you wish to do that. So in a nutshell, that's a quick overview of all of the different capabilities of the all-in-one.